here, and today we are starting something new, something cool. As always, we are going to draw. Let me just quickly change stuff on Twitch, just to make sure. We got that. Um, mm, it's on objects. Okay. Let me just. Hi, Galtro. Good to have you here. How are you? Hoping how's it going? How are you? How have you been? Hi, hi. Mm, okay. Good all here. That post. Let's post it here. So yesterday we've rested a little bit. Rest was pretty good. I've played a little bit. I finished all the stuff. We are done with the app. And when I'm telling you that we are done with the app, it's a huge thing for me. I'm just pinning up like last beats of it all, like some design and whatnot, like this kind of stuff. And well, I have to say, it's good. How are you? I'm good. I'm good. So yeah, we've definitely had fun. We've had fun, and I can't wait to push things further. But I'm going to use a template, which is going to be comic, right? So I can do things in couple things. Hi Kron, glad to have you here. How are you? Brian has gone. How have you been? So there are a couple things that I can do. So first of all, I can do the comic, right? Then I can do the webtoon. And the thing is, I think we are going to go with the webtoon this time. Why is it going to be very specific? Because webtoon has 690 pixels in width. That's actually the webtoon's usual width, but I guess I'm going to check real quick, right? Webtoon, what is the usual width? Okay, so usual width is 800 pixels. Okay, so we can expand this one. It's a single panel, right? So the width is 800. So we're going to go with that. I don't think I'm going to go further than 12 quote unquote pages, and if one like strip, right? Yeah, so they are like cropped and sliced at 128 pixels. So I guess let's calculate this. We are going to have 1280 times 12. We should have actually 15,360, and that's supposed to be 12-ish pages. What type of comic is it? So I'm going to explain things, they're going to be the things like, it's going to be a rewrite of a story. I've talked about it. It's, yeah. Actually, I guess I could go with like Webtoon 4, maybe 1600 on 20k. Yeah, let's go with this one. Resolution 350 because it has to be. Oh, the old story? Kinda. Not like my story. Here's the thing. Let's maybe start some music because there we go. I was missing that one. So Back in the days, I was watching, when I was starting watching anime, I started watching anime from very specific anime. From very specific series. Series that, by sound of the lore, sounds really cool. And by the general concept of it, it's cool. The problem is that author made out of this story an ecchi slop. We're talking about anime or series called High School DxD. And believe me or not, when I'm telling you that actually this anime is pretty good lore-wise, but the fan service ruined it. And to prove my point, let me explain to you what I mean by telling you the description of it. 16-year-old high schooler, or basically high schooler, thinks he turns his life upside down by finding a girlfriend, which appears to be a fallen angel that kills him. By an accident, he summons a devil who appears to be a peer from his school, and that's how he becomes one of her pawns. With a power capable to kill God, he pursues victory and his dreams, right? So with the general idea of the lore, it actually sounds cool, right? Like, dudes might be like, I don't know, depressed high schooler, he's alone, yada yada yada. He finds a girlfriend, he gets, he gets happy, gets killed. He summons a devil. He gets turned into a, devilish spawn. He has to keep on living his life, right? But he also has to now merge that with his demonic life, right? So the thing about it is that the lore, the concept, the description of the story sounds good. The problem with it, on the other hand, believe it or not, is that, that's, sorry, I have a burning case at work. Soon it should be, it should end. Things like that. So, yeah. So basically, hopefully soon it'll be done. But the thing is that in general concept of it, it's, just much better story. Now, I have never made a webtoon. I've made normal comic books. Webtoon is slightly different. Well, of course I could make it a normal thing, right? Let's, for example, go on Webtoon Fogland, right? It's one of those things. And, for example, I'm going to probably get around this one because it's actually pretty cool in how it looks, right? So I'm going to be trying to fill this out because that's very typical webtoon. So that's what I want from it, right? It's going to be long as strip. We have this we are going to have, wait, let me show you. So basically this is like portion of it, right? This is how it looks. You don't make anything like golly, how to say this? You don't make things like cover arts, Fogland, yes. You don't make things like covers, right, for them, because those are the covers, those small squares. And basically we are probably going to do something similar that also Fogland did, right? So I'm going to reference them. I'm going to reference this author strongly. And yeah, that's the thing. So basically we're just going to like attempt looking through things like, you know, God knows what and how. It's just basically going to be like that, at least for now. I've got already more or less an idea on how to pursue this. We're going to start off with making a proper description of it all, right? So, you know, top to bottom. Yeah. So, I guess I'm going to probably try to make kind of like that sky gradient. I just started making another comics also. Hey, let's go, Kron, let's go. So happy. We're going to get the midday one. Yeah. Okay, and now another one, erase gradient. To actually, you know, make that border disappear. So we now have like, you know, all like sky, clouds, yada yada. Right? For clouds, I'm going to use my design pencil. It's actually the pencil that you are getting directly from Clip Studio Paint. When you are getting it, it's just, you know, in the packet. But it's an old pencil. You can buy it with the quote-unquote classic pencil set. Not like buy it, but get it. You download it from the marketplace, but it's free. But I really like to make clouds with it because it's like, you know, it's kind of fluffy. It has some kind of texture to it. Cool, yeah. So the thing is that we're going to draw something like that. We're going to have like a view on Issei's face. Of course, we're going to keep names and everything the same because we are going to rewrite this story. First chapter, Issei actually... We're meeting with some characters. First of all, we're meeting with Issei and his friend. We meet Rias. We going to hear a voice of someone with Rias, calling her master. Then we're going to see Kiba, and we're going to end probably this whole thing with Issei stumbling upon the girl. But I'm going to go to the wiki because I need to actually remember a couple things. Terminology, no. Characters, yes, characters. Oh, they're like light novels and mangas. Okay, cool. Story arcs. Okay. I guess. While rewriting the stories, actually using wiki is one of the best things. I want female characters. Where was she? Where was she? Where was she? No, it wasn't her. Okay, wait, give me a second. I need to pick, first of all, characters, fallen angels. That'll be faster. Raynar, okay, Raynar, and she was a Amano Yuma, there we go. So basically her alias, the character that she like picked up to like seduce Issei was Yuma Amano. That's her. And we have, of course, the entire arcs which we're going to go with. So part 1, Issei is killed by Yuma, quote unquote, Raynar the fallen angel, and revived by Ria's Grimoire as the devil. Issei tries to perform the devil contracts. So basically that's the whole thing, but we need to make setup. So we are at the first thing, like part 1.1, Issei is killed by Yuma. That's it, right? Of course, spoilers if someone had no idea about those things. I think about making my own webtoon, but I'm not good at drawing. It's okay, like everyone can do that. You remove that weird ass anime trope of peeping. Yes, carry on. The fan service is going to be reduced to ashes. The thing is that I want to make out of it slice of life shonen anime. Or maybe even seinen. We'll see where it's going to fall into. I want to add some blood into that. Like, for example, in anime or generally in the original story, Issei sacrifices, I believe, his left hand to the dragon to whom his like sacred gear belongs to. I want to make a bit more epic scene where actually his arm is going to be sacrificed, and I mean like actually it's going to like, you know, be set on fire until it's going to like, you know, turn to dust, and you know from that dust like that, you know, gauntlet is going to grow out. So like actually make him like suffer pain to show the actual sacrifice trope in this, right? It's going to be a bit more problematic, but yeah. I think we're not going to go that far into making God knows how many of those, although I do believe that we are going to make some of those chapters. So we have to make a setup, right? First of all, slice of life. It's going to be very specific because it's not going to be like a normal slice of life that we're going to see. Not like, oh, school days, go here, go there. No, it's going to be like more like we're actually going to follow their daily lives, right? So like we're going to see more of like contract making, we're going to see like the school activities, right? So like they're actually going to like meet with staff, go to make the contracts, fight with the roach demons, fallen angels, yada yada yada. There's going to be like crap load of things going on. Also, we are going to add more things into the original story. That's the thing. Like changing all those things into the original story is actually what's going to make the huge difference in there, because the Fallen Angel arc finished way early. We met like out of nowhere, like just 3 more Fallen Angels to the 4 that we've met, just like that. Who cares? Over here, I want to actually split that into. Like each one of those fallen angels is going to have like their own like attempt to take on Issei's life. So like first we're going to meet with Raynar, who's going to actually manage to kill Issei, but he's going to be resurrected. Then we're going to have actually like, you know, rest of the club like supporting him, yada yada yada, but more fallen angels are going to like attempt things. We're going to see them like actually communicating, some mystery around them. We're going to slowly like reveal the whole mystery behind that. hitting the point where, hey, it's fallen angels, they want to kill him because he has some kind of like weird ass gauntlet that apparently is very important to, like, you know, get rid of out of the plan, right? So the plan could manage. So that's going to be the whole thing. Did I? Yeah, I did finish my drink. I was like wondering if I've finished my drink in my cup. But yeah, that's the entire thing. That's what I'm going to do. Because again, we see characters that just pop in. They are said to be very important, quote unquote, for the story, but we see them once or twice, the character dies, and like, I hate this. I hate things like that. Character pops in, it has like whole sub story, like, oh, the moment I've seen you, I've seen part of me within your heart. I had to do that. I had to sacrifice myself for you. Like, who are you? Like this kind of, you know, thing. Like, I hate this. I hate this kind of thing when writers are doing that. No, you need first like get the people to actually learn the character a little bit, and you need to make the pacing properly. This is the basis of story writing. That's why I'm doing this, you know, this exact thing. That's why I'm rewriting. There's some more stories like that, right? More stories that I want to do for this. So that's the thing. So yeah, you know. So I guess what we're going to do is like, we're going to now like get, you know, something like that maybe. Let's get like grass green thing. We're going to probably make things like that on like separate layers just to keep stuff on. Okay. So, you know, some texture to it. For now, we don't want to do way too much, but for sure we're going to add a little bit here and there. Right, some, you know, like some ground poking through. Actually, wait. To be fair, I think those are supposed to be like smaller patches and more detail here, because it's a close-up. It's going to be a close-up to his face, because we're going to start from seeing Issei's face actually, and he's going to like talk to himself as we do see him in anime. But again, he's going to be a bit, you know, he's going to actually be a bit different character. Like, this is the thing, we're going to rewrite a lot of things, like character's personality and whatnot, you know. So that's the thing. And that'll be part 1. Okay, like that. For now, let's just do it like that. And maybe like some highlight here and there. Right? Because again, it's like grass. We don't need it, God knows how detailed. Like this. Basically, we're only using the world setting. Well, I'm going to go with this story, but I'm going to push things into different direction, right? So like, it's going to be the exact story, the exact events, the exact arcs, sagas and whatnot. But those are going to, you know, change things, you know? So yeah, so that's the thing. So like, we see, like, you know, in anime or the original story, we see like Issei meets Reinar under like this like under the like point to seduce him, and she becomes his girlfriend. Those events are going to be the exact same things, but Issei is not going to be like horny teenager. he's going to be like intelligent guy who like switch schools because his father got a new job. He doesn't know anyone. He was first of all like put into the school that was like transferred to be like everyone's school, but previously it was like private girls school, like it was in the original story and stuff. But like he's going to be like depressed. He doesn't know anyone. He had very few friends previously, say the least now. But there are like two guys that are also kind of geeky and share his like, you know, interests. He like, you know, stumbles upon the girl and like the romance starts, but it's like normal romance. Like she stumbles upon him, he like, oh sorry, yada yada yada. Like she's going to, I don't know, spill coffee on him, give him her phone number, and that's how they are going to start hanging out and get into a relationship. Instead of like this, like, oh so cool, it's like girl from other school, horny teenager kind of stuff. He needs to get her as his girlfriend type shit. Like it was in the original. So we have the same events, they're just like translated to like normal story, right? So that's how it's going to be. Although there are going to be some like alternatives to the story. Like we're going to have arcs that haven't been actually in the original story. Like, you know, it's going to be like Reynar's saga. We are going to have like all, you know, Fallen Angels saga. So like Reynar's saga is going to be until Issei's death, right? Like first death. So we have that. Then we are going to have Fallen Angel saga. So it's going to be like after those couple chapters when Issei is going to die. After that we have like Fallen Angel saga. Issei is resurrected as a demon. We see everything, but like other fallen angels are starting to like follow him. That entire saga is like fully new, like wrote into the story from the start to finish, made just to like fit into the original events. It's going to end just as the rest of that portion was done. So like, you know, Asha is like kidnapped, like held hostage, her you know, sacred treasure is getting stolen from her, she dies. To be honest, I only vaguely remember the story. I watched it in the middle school, never watched it after they changed art styles. I do remember him having a breakdown after the GF betrayal, yes. Kind of like that, you know, this is the thing, so that's the thing, right? So basically we're going to learn actually what we're going to end that Fallen Angel saga just as the entire saga of Issei like actually letting go of like things. Asha joins the team. That was the end of the saga. This is going to be also the end of that saga in particular. So we are going to get back on the original track, right? So that's the entire thing. Cool. It's just, you know, the thing that I'm kind of like really, that I kind of really want to do, that I really want to pursue. Okay, let's get that. Issei is like, you know, laying down here. Like he has this like, you know, wild hairs kind of thing. He's like laying down. Right, so we're going to just generally see things as they are, kind of. When we're going to be done with the sketch, and we're going to end coloring, then we're going to like add the details around him. But that's the thing, like we're starting here, right? Probably I'm going to like start adding stuff over here or something. Although I also see there are a couple things that are kind of different to what I've done. There's like this. I don't know why, but there's something like that, I guess. Well, okay, let's let's do it like that. Let's make it my own thing. That's it. Right, so basically Issei is a sad boy. He doesn't know anyone. He's sad and it's going to be seen, right? Okay, it's going to be like as spending recess alone again. Of course, we are going to like edit those things. We're going to have like, I wonder. When equal. When I'm wondering is DXD if DXD could have been a classic like Eva, if it took itself a bit more seriously and limited the fan service. Eva did have some questionable stuff in it. It's its own thing. Well, yes, Karian, yes, that's exactly the thing. That's exactly why I'm rewriting the story. Okay, and we're going to have like, you know, another thing here. Oh wait, I've messed up. We're going to have here the entire thing. But yeah, I can tell you that already, that actually if High School DxD would be taking itself seriously and not going to like shitty fan service, it could be something way better, way more iconic, something more memorable than whatever it actually became. So here's that, there's going to be like a window here, right? Right, because now we need to figure out the thing. I guess what I'm going to do, I'm going to also support myself with 3D elements. I need primitive and I need a plane. And the plane is going to be turned like this because the window, and it's going to like be scaled down because we don't want to have it all like this. We're going to turn it like that and slightly like this. So now we see that like we gave it this some kind of like, you know, perspective, right? Because otherwise we are not going to see that perspective. And from that one, actually, we are going to have Rias coming out of. But I think we're going to make it bigger. Yeah. Let's make it like 50% opacity. Again, blue color, that. And we're going above that. She's going to, like, you know, hold herself kind of. Like, she's going to look at him from the like top, like that. Like, she's just going to, like, you know, look like this. So apparently Rias is slightly older, like, than Issei, like, I guess 2-3 years, something like that. Actually, she's supposed to be like that. And to be fair, we can make, like, you know, inside the plane more planes to actually, like, you know, oh hey, this is, are these powers? I do not remember his powers all being weird, Konosuba not even close to his degeneracy. Yes. Yes, exactly. That's exactly my problem with this anime. Okay, and we're going to have, like, you know, flowing, you know, designs here. Yeah, that's the thing, you know. Powers are going to also, like, change over time. You know, things that we are going to do. Also, his training is going to be a bit different because actually he's going to be, like, taught how to, like, fight. He's going to be, like, forced to do, like, MMA or something. So he's going to, like, you know, learn how to actually use his fists, because in anime he's just, you know, it's just like sheer power. And also it's going to be, like, you know, a reason to strengthen his body to, like, stronger punches and stuff. You know, just I guess. something like that. Hell yeah. So yeah, that's, you know, that's the general idea behind everything. Like, we're just going to like keep on changing stuff and whatnot. Okay. And like, you know, we see her like that, right? And I guess we are going to draw Issei now, like, just looking up at her like this. Like, he's actually like observing her. You know? Because like, in theory, their first like meeting, you know, Issei's with Rias, was that he saw her on a balcony like this, right? And he started like asking questions like, oh, who that girl is and stuff. Yeah, I will definitely need to make it longer. Imagine 20,000 pixels is not enough. Let's make it a bit differently. Like this. Okay. Here he's going to like get up, you know. I even dare to say to change the text a little bit. Sometime alone. this school is way too loud. Nah, wait. I want to rewrite the dialogue a little bit, but I need to... I think I've done a piece with 6k pixels and the brushes were lagging so much, everything else was fine. I don't know why just the brushes lag out. Does this happen in CSP or is it a Krita problem? It depends on things. 6k is still a-okay, but if I like boost it to like, I don't know, 7000 and it's like brush with texture, you can see that it's also lagging a little bit. But if I use like even 13,000 for like my G Pen, look, it doesn't lag at all. So yeah, for Clip Studio Paint it's mostly the texture. Also this is older brush, so it might have something to do with it. Okay, so we start with seeing easy like that. All I use brushes with heavy features that make it look like the oil paint. Oh yeah, those tend to like break a lot. So yeah, no wonder. Another school. This one is way too loud. Finally, some peace and wait. Where is it? Okay. Like he's going to scream out to her, but then like mumble under his nose. Are you feeling better now that Muto is back home? Yes, way better. I feel way better that she's back home now. I have no idea. Yeah. Like that what's her deal I want to make like very like close to his mouth like this. Actually, how is it going to be visible here? Yeah, it's going to be quite bigger. I think I'll need to like maybe get those smaller. Like all of that, so it would be like slightly smaller. Because it's going to be like visible like this, and now that's even like this. So now it's like going to a bit better. I also need to like get better like dead zones here. So like Issei can actually be here. What? Oh, that's where he is. Like this. Here. And we're going to actually do something like that here. And we're going to make another gradient to show that Issei is sitting here. But also we're going to make this like merge. Like this. And we're going to have the texture like, you know, wrapping around here. It's actually because it's going to like wrap around, you know, this like clubhouse that they've had. So it's going to look like, you know, they're kind of colliding, I think. I was wondering on a new tune for my next painting, since I already wrote a poem. I wanted to use a violin, but it sounded too much like synth. There's a somehow an up with a rap like beat now. It's not going to fit the painting, but I'm using it anyways. Let's go. Oh, you never know. Yep. That's... I want to like make, you know, some kind of like, you know, texture here and there that actually this house is, you know, kind of old, but to be fair, I think we can just keep it like that without much, yeah. Yep. So I guess he's going to be like, what's her problem and stuff, because like he's going to see that she, you know, she's like staring and stuff, and like, oh yeah, that was it for like chilling and stuff. And he's going to look at her, right? So it's going to be like, if you look at this, it's going to be like a scene, right? That he's actually looking at her, you know, between the things. So that's the deal. So like this with that, I think those two could be like kind of stretched to be larger like this. Would it look better if you pushed her a bit further into the edge of the page? Is a neck would snap. Oh yeah, that's true. And he say also more towards here. So that one is going to be like a shout. Let's go. By the way, did you... Okay. Looking good so far, thank you, thank you. start with like serious issues with like serious issues with loneliness, right? That's what I'm planning on doing, because like he's been constantly moving, from place to place, right? So he doesn't really have his own place. He doesn't really have friends. Yeah. Also, again, like I do recommend going into making your own, into making your own things, your own webtoons. It's pretty cool, pretty chill. I really like it, personally. It's like going to be all over the place, but I don't really care. Yeah, let's remember that if you don't try something, you are not, you have 0% of success. For success, if you try things, you always have 50-50 chances at succeeding. Being another anime with similar arm dragon powers, it was also weird AF, but with stepsisters and some shit. I don't remember that one, actually. I don't remember that one. I guess he's going to like try to, make a conversation. But it's all going to like, she's just going to stare at him. And he's going to take it as a form to like, okay, I'm going. Because like, he's going to take it as if they don't want him here. I want that to be like 40. Yeah. But it's going to be white and we're going to have like 15 pixels. Actually. Let's make it 40. So, yeah. So we're going to make something like that. No, I fucked it up. There we go. Here. Like also 40 pixels. Black frame. Or maybe the normal frame is not like that. So I don't know. Maybe like let's do it like this. his friends are going to like, well, those two friends I've mentioned that he managed to like make. And one's going to be like far behind here, like this. Found the Testament of Sister New Devil. Wow, it really does look similar. I think I dropped it the third app. I don't remember the plot at all. You know, it might be this like another series that High School DxD author made. Okay, so those Issei's friends are going to come in here. Hi Goobus, hi, thank you for coming, and thank you for the ride. How have you been? Hi. Everyone, let's thank all together to Goobus for the raid. Thank you. Hi Muto, glad to have you here. How are we doing? So basically I'm going to make those as one scene. And just want to raid here since the person I planned to raid ended. ICC. Is chat not working? Yeah, chat is not working. I don't know what happened to that app. For some reason it's just not showing the messages at all. I think like both I think both Twitch and YouTube changed something in how the chat is working. Sometimes you just need to refresh. It's not like, actually, it's not really like that, you know? The problem is with the app, because we have like external app that Zega made for me, well, you know, yeah, for me. But he, like, yeah, for some reason it's just not operating. It just stopped, it ceased to work. JK. Imagine. No, I'd rather not. Wait, like that. So actually it's supposed to be like this. People like Jello? Over here I think they do. Over here I think they do. Is there a standard SDK for retrieving chat content, or did Zega build their own scraper if it's a second one reap? I think Zega made his own thing from the scratch. Like, I know he made the entire app from beginning. I'm not fan. Oh. Yeah, so basically, like, we have the first scene kind of in the entire, like, on one thing like that, in the entire, keep going, making comics. Thank you, Akron, thank you. So basically, what we're going to go with is like, we're going to make those stripes like scene by scene, I guess. So it's like scene 1, scene 2, and whatnot. This is like the first scene where we have like the first like scene where Issei meets with Rias. But I guess we're going to, like, you know, but I'm like wondering how can I finish it. I think what we're going to do is like we're going to have a view kind of like from, you know, from the building or something. Like, you know, looking at the as if like someone is looking at them from a window. So actually we should have like the texture of Jello. Oh no, I'm okay with Jello. That being said, I only eat like 3 times a year. Also depends what kind. I don't like the overly sweet Jello. I don't like savory Jello with meat and stuff. That you should eat with vinegar, by the way. We're going to have that like almost the same scene here too. You know, Rias is going to like, that sounds disgusting. Damn. Like Rias is going to like go here. It's going to be like very like weird angle here. Right, so Rias is going to like go here. And we're going to only see like bugs here. Condons, I don't have food texture phobias who well, expect octopus and oysters. I imagine they would feel like living jello flesh. Actually, octopi is not really like that. Octopi is quite tender. So here we're going to just see like, you know, top of the head kind of someone, which is going to be actually a canoe. Are you sure it's him? Yeah. Like that. I like octopus. Yeah, octopus is good. So, the thing is that I believe I've messed up a lot when it comes to like positioning and how far away from things supposed to be. What I'm going to do, I'm going to end the stream here. I'm going to send this to a friend of mine who has like really huge experience with webtoons. She made a bunch of really good webtoons. Like she is popular webtoon artist on the site. So we're going to do that. I'm going to learn from her like, hey, does it look good? She's going to mention to me like what I've done wrong, what I should be doing, or if it looks okay, right? You know, more or less with like positioning. Is it? I just don't like the idea of eating something that feels alive, cloudy with a chance of meatballs messed me up for a bit. I kept thinking if fruits were alive while eating them. Octopus is not alive when you're eating it. You're not eating raw octopus. It would be, you know, it would be animal cruelty at that point. So yeah, we're going to do that. Meanwhile, what I'm going to do actually, I finished my app. The last thing before I'm going to post the beta of it on each is actually giving like a nice like graphic thing, you know, graphic connection for everything. When I've seen those mukbangs, damn, you don't eat octopus like that, you eat it fried. And like, goddamn, we have like this really good Vietnamese restaurant in my city. Like, golly, it's like actual Vietnamese chef came in, and he was actually making like real authentic Vietnamese food. Man, this tastes so damn good, you have no idea. Also duck, I haven't ate so juicy duck. Well, if prepared like chicken, then maybe. Yeah, it's kind of like that, exactly. So, folks, as always, we're going to wrap up here. Sorry that I recently am doing short streams, but there are many things that are happening, and I'm just starting new things, starting new projects, new stuff are coming up here. Work is also really affecting me, but to stay you know, up to date with things we are doing, folks who are not subscribed, please do. We're making already like a bunch of other things, like we're making an animation, we're now starting making the High School DxD rewriting series. We're also going to start tomorrow the new illustration, and yeah, as always, stay creative. I hope to see you all in the next one. Take care and bye bye.